first one we're doing, which is ongoing now, it is the total promotions market. You read all these books about marketing, and the first thing they say is you should know about the market, and we don't. So we're finding out what are the brands and the agencies doing in it, and this is not just FMCG, it's every market split down, looking at those where most marketing spend exists. We are actually looking for partners to work with, people who know the market, brands, agencies who can contribute to that. We've got a major questionnaire. I'm afraid, again, guys, you will get that major questionnaire coming out, asking just a little bit about the understanding of the markets that you or your clients are in. And we'd be very grateful if you come back to us, because that will report back in February 2012. It'll tell you what techniques are being used and the size of the markets. Second area, the basics, is actually understanding the shopper. I guess probably we all feel we do. But actually, when you look at what's been happening, and certainly in the price discounting market, the chances are that we don't. And that was a point that was actually made by Martin in his first dissertation. So we are partnering with the Marketing Gap. That's David Cole. Are you around somewhere, David? You did say? Oh, yes, hiding at the top there. Right, man in the gods up there. The Marketing Gap survey, which has been running for a few years now, looking primarily at the direct marketing area, understanding what shoppers do and how they respond, and then talking to marketers about what they feel. And it's just an interesting one based on some work which has been continuous. And did you know, for example, that only 3% of marketing people know how popular household coupons are? Now that actually has got worse over the years. I think that's gone down from 4% to 3%. So clearly that gap is not being filled. And 40% of consumers would redeem a 20p coupon, 47% a 50p coupon. So these are the kinds of areas of gap that we will be looking at. And the interesting thing about couponing, this is a TNT slide. This is from one of their clients. You add couponing to media, and you get people into the brand faster. I think that's pretty more straightforward. Those were closely matched against samples. So filling the knowledge gap, find the elephant in your room. The white paper is coming out October 2011. That's sooner than I dare to think about. And there's a seminar on October the 19th with not just the bits that you're missing, but some suggestions from industry gurus as to how you could actually fill it. And then basic 3, promotions can seem to be unpredictable. And I come back again to that slide that I showed you before, and also to a question that came in from somebody who said, how can a bog off on a sticker be anything other than a price discount? And the answer, of course, is that everything that we do in promotions brings additional value to a message. I didn't see anyone like to own up to that question? The reason why we use bog off, of course, is it is a straight comparison between what the retailers offer and what we can put on pack. But if you remember that slide which I showed, we were looking at the engagement index, and I did say, I think at the time, the price would be on there somewhere, because price is actually really important. Retailers know that. There was a quite useful series on the high street showing how the rise of Tesco had driven the independent shopkeeper away because they couldn't compete. But we are hoping that what we can do, and we have done work and we continue to do more work, looking through the eyes of the shopper. We're using a program called iMotions, and what we're doing is presenting to shoppers packs with and without promotions. And I'm proud, actually, at my age, that if you type my name, Colin Harper, into Google, you could do it now, but please don't, and porn, you will find quite a lot of hits. That's because, thanks to the grocer, who are here today, and Eleanor, who isn't, so no one here except me to blame, we got a headline in the grocer, because the impact of promotions on the eye for the award-winning promotions that we'd used was very similar to the impact, as the iMotions developers said, of low-grade porn. And those are the headlines. We went right around the world. And this was the brand, and that was the promotion. And you can see in that little pie chart there, the bigger the red pie there, the more interest we're seeing. And the way that they do it's really, really quite fascinating, actually, for those of you who care about these things. If you like somebody, or you like something, and you look at them, you stare, and you don't blink. So your blink stops, and your pupils dilate. And that links up with GSR, galvanic skin response, and you can show the degree of engagement people have with an idea. And we've done this for another award-winning promotion. And on the right-hand side was Wallace and Gromit, and that's the standard pack. So you can see that a promotion adds value to the eye. And as we go on, you'll see a sequence of promotions that ran. That's the first one. That's the second one. And that's the current one on the same product. And one of them didn't work. It was Britain's Got Talent. And you can see why it didn't work, because one of the other things we've been doing is we've been taking in redemptions from promotions and putting them against the postcodes that people redeemed from. And you will know, of course, that we are all typed by our postcode. If you go online, CACI, it tells you what you're like. And what the people who responded to the successful promotions were suburban housewives. And what the people who responded to the unsuccessful ones were down market. We just completely missed our aim. And the client concerned said, I definitely believe the pitch we won recently was indeed secured using your research and our own consumer quantitative tracking. What that means is the company that produced the promotion in the middle had such an impact on the way that the clients thought that they seriously thought about not running promotions like that again. And we were able to show them in the work that we did that actually you could get a lot of real engagement to a promotion on pack. They did some research. They used the research that we've done to go back in. They got the account back, and I'm told, although I'm not told how much, but there's a significant ongoing investment in this kind of thing as a result of a successful trial. And what we're talking about here is you can use trials, you can trial a lot of these things in small scale to prove that they work. Or you can look through the eyes of the shopper and you can see what they're seeing. And what I'd like to know is how good you are at actually judging a successful promotion. On the left, and this is the same product, and John, who's at the back, who's from that company, I don't want you to be saying anything now. I know you were going to heckle from the back, but please don't. On the left-hand side, you've got, and they're all both 99p, you've got just a 99p price flash. And on the right, you've got a Phantom of the Opera win tickets to go to Phantom of the Opera, still 99p. And at that time, Phantom of the Opera was a really big thing. So with both products at the same price, which pack message did better? The competition to win tickets linked to the then best-selling film, Phantom of the Opera, or the price-marked pack? Sorry? Oh, yeah. Remember to press the question button to get this question up, please. I have done this before, and I do expect you to answer the same as the last time I asked the question. Yeah? 2 more seconds. Right. The last time I asked it in the room, and we haven't asked for brands or agencies, but pretty well all the agencies said the competition, and the brands said that. And the brands were right. So that is probably partly an answer to the question that somebody asked about what makes a good on-pack activity. That's something which is relevant, but make it stand out. At the end of the day, though, the point I'm trying to make here is that unless you've got a framework, a measurement framework within which you can predict forward, you will end up with things that don't actually work.
Joking aside, who guessed that, or who had a genuine view on the basis this is a conference about pricing and promotions? Because I think the clue is in the day you're attending, but does that surprise people? Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So, ongoing, we've got promotion packs of known varying results. We've got some coming from Kraft. We've got these that you've seen. We've got some from Unilever. We've got a range of successful and unsuccessful promotions, and we will hope to fill in that chart that I was showing you earlier. And results ongoing, but summarised in April 2012 alongside other material to another major white paper through the eyes of the shopper. Okay, now, theoretically, what is an insight? Well, an insight is actually, I don't know whether I've got any insights or not. What I have is information, and when you get it, you say, oh, that's an insight. Because an insight relates to what you don't know but would like to know, not to what I actually know. They're not about us, but they're about you. So I'd first of all like to thank you to the partners. At the University of Westminster, we're working on market sizing and demand forecasting. And I saw here somewhere, but she may have had to go, and Yvonne. With FastMap, we're working on marketing gap and incentive selection, and with BPS, the British Population Survey, Tim is in the front there, we're working on the population response to techniques. What we've been doing is looking at the way in which people respond to different promotion techniques. We've found that people in different types of purchasing categories actually respond differently to different types of promotions. And we will be delivering information in the form of this kind of face the facts. I have been told by agencies that anything longer than one page is unlikely to get read. And so we are trying to cut down what we say to one page. But if anybody asks you why we're saying it, we do have about 60 pages behind it that explain it.